Oh god, I'm back. Oh, a lot of talking. I'm gonna have to rest my throat after this. Jesus Christ. Yuri, what are you doing all the way over there? I was looking for you. I. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not gonna yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages to nod. Maga takes the seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns, and I can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me, especially Natsuki. Oh, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because I think I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But she's really not a bad person. In fact, she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh, but that means the burden is on me. I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if you had a chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind their back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Nasuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind. So I did, and she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Basiri and I like you. We've gotten to know you a lot more now, right? Hmm. Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I do. What is it? Natsuki seems to bring the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her. So the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and consequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong. They're just they're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. That doesn't mean they have control us. I feel like that's something I've learned around the first I started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature and so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri. I'm far from perfect, but these are learned skills. They didn't come to naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defensive mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the peace is disturbed, right? Because because the literature club should be happy for everyone. Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sari must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you now. Hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind. So Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. So gentle. And love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me. I forget to say all important things and say things that I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. Please don't naturally gravitate toward me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. BRB. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. I had to do something. Okay. Where were we? For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sarah. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it's the same with you. You both give me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be someone that I'm not. That there's a type of person or a magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer your time and effort to understand them and respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned from my observations in the literature club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise, and Yuri is always kept to herself so much that it's unusual to hear her suddenly talk about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sari, too. And it makes me happy, because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea that it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much about it. In the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen, and the more about her friends in the club. It's true. Sierra and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, the capacity to improve. And that first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gives herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with her confidence as the club is restored. A very shy girl with long, pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. She finds the literature club president's classroom. She stands at the door, glancing all around, peering from the inside. Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected. This was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she gained composure and decided for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri! What a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri squeaks up in response. Please help me. What, is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her friends. Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking away from you from your friends. It's totally fine, I promise. You weren't really doing anything. One sec. Yep, so gotta go to her friends and grabs off a pen off the desk in your ear. Alright, let's go find somewhere quiet. Yep, they set off. Yep. Get that shit going. Oh, that's nice. Different things to say about Natsuki. Right. Reflection. Hmm. Nice. And our bagels are done. BRB, guys. It'll be quick. My bad, guys. I'm back. Hmm. Just nice. Alright, I think that's good. I'll see you guys with the last side story. See you guys later. Stay crispy.